he's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They'll leave it with him. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The Demon Deacons will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Tackled after picking up the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
They'll run it from the gun. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver shows motion. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Escapes the sack. Pulls it in. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
When you're a quarterback and you throw a comeback route, you really trust your wide receiver, and he's going to do what he's supposed to do. Obviously, all the way out towards the sideline, making it look like he's running way down the field. Nice connection between quarterback and wide receiver.
Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. He'll take a shot. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Might as well give it to him again. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
He's up to 81 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw, it's Wood. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The corners are walked up tight. Now they'll run the draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on 3rd down. Pocket starts to collapse. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Got his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. This offense has a 2nd down play. They'll run it to the right. And the Demon Deacons get it past the sticks.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Touchdown, Eagles! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside. It can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game when you go back and you look and like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points also.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Scanning the field, it's Wood. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback checking off. They'll try to get the first through the air. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Cincinnati overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Bearcats tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Reels it in down the left side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back. And with that stop, welcome to Winston-Salem and another stop along Tobacco Road, which is home to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and the fans have been ready to get things started since early in the day. Boston College lined up ready to kick off and get things going. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Wake Forest offense is on the field for the first time today. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often. And he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes. So it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games...
And then pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The Demon Deacons line up to punt it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So Boston College's offense has the ball for the first time. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. This Boston College offense has it working. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Completion a little short of the sticks. It's 2nd down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. BC trying to turn this red zone trip into a party in the mods. They'll try to power their way ahead. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Good, right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having the pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, fourth down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Fires to the middle. Got his man. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And the Demon Deacons come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to pass, it's Wood. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quick.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Cincinnati overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Bearcats tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done.
He's going to pass.
The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got him down the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Sexton. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Quickly complete. At the 40, there he goes. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. And the Golden Eagles are moving quickly down the field. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's right on target. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, is still short in the 1st down. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Boston College.
Boston College. Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post, right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
10, Wake Forest, 7.
On the move from inside his 5. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, baby.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. That's the end of the quarter, and Boston College has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Wide out in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Breaks the tackle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Trying to get to him. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. It is perfect. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Fires it down the seam. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Wood. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Demon Deacons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. At the 35, he's open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. He's had a day, 103 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Leaves it with the running back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. To the air, it's Wood. Got it set up on the outside. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wake!
defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Boston College, 13.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Makes the quick grab, and the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Offense gets set for second down. They'll run it from the gun.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
The give from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but his defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
I really like this call to go for it on 4th down in this area of the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a 1st down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Feeling some heat. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a 1st down for his team.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. And the Demon Deacons have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And it's just simple. Simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to throw, it's Wood. Moving out of the pocket. Had to get rid of it quickly. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's Tootin. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, it's 21-13. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Utah has the lead right now, but this Rice-Eccles crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by a field goal over TCU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's going for a big play downfield. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Going for 6. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. It's complete on the right side. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Golden Eagles trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. Touchdown, Boston College! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. The offense will quickly use the timeout.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a 1st down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Looking for a man. It's Wood. Sends it downfield. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
Quarterback checking the play. On third down, going up top. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Bringing the heat. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance.
He smashes his way through again. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. They get him down after he makes the catch.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
Great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Gets it out quickly.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and that might be a pick six. So really good job by the quarterback there, using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Boston College will try to get it in on a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
Touchdown, Eagles! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
21.
Bringing it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
And they're able to get him on the ground. Here they come, trying to convert a third and short from the 28. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Comes out throwing on first down. He's got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Demon Deacons moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw. It's Wood. Got a man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Demon Deacons are on the move. Looking to go up top on first down. Coming after him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Pick up of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. So close to cashing it in for this offense. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, and the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. They've got the screen set up. At midfield, he's got room.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Boston College will send out the punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll go right back to the run. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Here's the handoff. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
First down physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback will audible. They've been running it, but now the pass. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. First down to start the drive after the break. Give to the running back. Turns it on in midfield. He's finally brought down, but that freshman found some running room.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Fast motion from the offense. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Boston College lining up to punt this one away. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Got his man on the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Oh, look out! Gives him the big stiff arm. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Just feeds the running back. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on first and goal, but they can also drain the clock. Movement here from the tight end. Turning to the running game on first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Demon Deeks. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Oregon State is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 20 over the Royals. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Boston College wants to play fast. Wants to fire on second down. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He lofts one down the sideline. And he reels it in inside the 30. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice...
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. On second down, he'll let it fly. Got his man downfield. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Boston College. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Man, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This is a big third down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. Back to throw, it's Wood. They're bringing heat. And the third down pass is incomplete.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to throw on first down. Getting some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Get the quarterback off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to four-down territory. Here's third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
To the ground, he's got it again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.